Hey, Zenny62, it's Joseph. So, Raider Nation, we just had a great win in Carolina considering all things that happened, and we get the Chucky face. So, in this 9-minute press conference that was held earlier today, Chucky went over a couple things, and let's talk about him. So, Trent Brown obviously took only 3 snaps in the game Sunday. Turns out that it was a severe calf issue. Initially, if you watch the game, they showed him on the sidelines being worked on, which appeared to be the hamstring. But it's a calf issue that I think will need a MRI. Hopefully, he's not out for the full season. Then we brought in, Sam Young. He got injured. And Denzel Good took the place. So shout out to Denzel Good. Now, we also had Nick Kwiatkowski, who was the leader in the defense. He was a captain. He was the one being the shot caller. He got hurt. We haven't heard anything from that, but his pectoral muscle was injured. So we do have some issues in the second, and with the defense, and we also have issues with the secondary. Obviously, they're rookies, so they did play a little sloppy. Hopefully, those are the first game jitters and the fact that we never had a preseason. Hopefully, we get better moving on. Now, what's interesting in this 9-minute press conference is that this sourpuss was out through the whole press conference. Maybe there's something there we don't know about the injuries that hasn't revealed. But I noted this to Zenir yesterday. It just seems a little off to me. Maybe it's an age thing. Maybe there's something going on that we don't know about. He just didn't seem. It just seems different. We further learn about the crowd noise. I know we heard it, at least on my television, I heard the crowd noise. So the sound engineer could easily patch in the sound noise so it gives that live feeling for the viewer. But according to Jon Gruden, he couldn't hear any crowd noise. And in fact, he heard the audibles that Derek Carr was saying on the line. We know that he said Tiger Woods, but he also said Cindy Gruden. Jon Gruden said, I heard Cindy Gruden. That's how ineffective the crowd noise was in Carolina. And he said he didn't know nothing about it. So apparently, if that's true, that irked him. And towards the end of the press conference, he brought it up himself again. And basically said he better not hear Cindy Gruden again on the line. So let's talk about that. How can you not know what your quarterback is calling on the line? What audible he's calling? Jon Gruden seems to be that alpha male type that needs to know everything. He's a shot caller and he wants to make sure that you know that. And so I don't necessarily think he didn't know about the audibles or the fact that his wife was being used. Maybe the fact that got exposed and it was made public. Because prior to that, we never really heard the audibles being called. The fact that Rich Gannon, who was one of the broadcasters for the game, mentioned it. The fact that whoever watched the game heard the audible. So maybe he needs to backtrack and kind of say, hey, we better not use that Cindy Gruden again. So that was a little odd. Why would you use the coach's wife's name in an audible? But he didn't seem too happy. Whether or not that's just Chucky being Chucky and that's what he does and nothing will come out of it. And that's the thing, is that Coach Gruden says a lot of things and then eventually backtracks from it. The fact that he said he's going to give everybody a game ball for the inaugural season. And people took it 2 different ways. And he addressed one of those ways because one of the ways that was interpreted is that for the season ticket holders, he was going to find a way to give them their first win for being season ticket holders for the inaugural season. Then he kind of backtracked, said how expensive that would be, and he doesn't know how he would do that, but he's going to look into it. So, again, backtracking. So we'll see what happens. It's just one of those things where Jon Gruden tends to say a lot of things and nothing comes out of it. So we'll keep it here on Zenny62 and like and subscribe.